Hey y'all, it's your girl Simone and welcome back to my channel. If y'all can see by the title, today is another story time. So before we get into this video, y'all already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give a girl a thumbs up, comment down below, and don't forget to follow me on all my social medias, Instagram at Vivalayoshii, TikTok and Twitter at LifeWithSymone, and my business page at Brishari. Oh, I was gonna say Brisha Amari because that's what it stands for, my little sister's names. But yeah, at Brishari. Yeah, y'all, excuse me, I love y'all so much because I literally was not about to do this video, y'all. I literally have to take my hair down, wash it, press it, do a whole bunch of stuff to my hair because I gotta be up and or out somewhere early tomorrow. But I was like, you know what, I love y'all and I'm literally about to just give y'all another video because I promise. But yeah, let's get into this story. So I'm finally telling the story about the time when my 18th birthday, I mentioned it a few times in my old stories, like about what happened, and I didn't really talk about it because I was like, it's sensitive, but I just see so much stuff on Twitter and stuff like that, and I like when people tell me like my experiences kind of help them in some type of way. Like I like that, so I'm like, let me tell this because it's a lot of things that like pay attention to the signs. So yeah, let's get into the story. So y'all, this story took place back in 2017 and 2017. Oops, no it did not. 2012. Why did I say that? I was 17. So it took place back in 2012. And y'all, so my birthday was coming up. And I already knew, I'm the type of person that before my birthday come up, I'm already planning my birthday. Like, I'm literally planning my birthday now. My birthday is in November. And y'all look out for the party because we gonna have a party. It's my last year of my 20s going in. Next year will be. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Anyway, so I always plan my birthday. My birthday is November 8th. On the 10th of November, after 2 days after my birthday, I'm already planning my birthday the next year. So I already have my birthday planned, and I'm like, I'm turning 18 this year. I just graduated high school. I'm happy. Like, I'm in college. I was happy as hell. So I was like, I want to do something big. But y'all, I was a broke college student because I don't know why I was 17. I could have got a job. Don't know why I didn't get no job, but I just didn't have no job. I was like, you know what? I don't want to work right now. And plus, oh yeah, my grandma used to tell me like, I'll just give you the money if you need it or whatever like that. And I kind of was just like, okay, I'm gonna go to school. She was telling me like focus on school and shit like that. So anyway, I had no job, but I knew I wanted to do something for my birthday. So my first initial thought was, I'm like, okay, I'm turning 18, I'm kind of older, let me have a dinner party. So I wanted to have a dinner party at BJ's. So I'm telling everybody, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have a dinner party at BJ's. I'm trying to confirm everybody. I'm like, I'm gonna make the reservations, you know, call them, tell them I need the little room, like so I could get a dinner party, all that stuff. So many people was down to go. So I've called there, I did the reservations, all that, right? Around that time, as y'all know, if you know from previous stories, I don't know if I made it private. I did make it private for a little while because of certain reasons, but I don't know if I unprivate the video. I'll see. I probably will unprivate it again for you guys, but y'all know that summer before I started college, like when I was in the summer school part of college, like it was crazy. Like me and Joe broke up, all this other shit. So we wasn't together. But you know when somebody is like, you shouldn't be with them. Like, if you ever been in a situation where you've been mentally or physically or verbally abused by somebody, it's not easy to walk away. Like, you know you shouldn't be with them, but it's kind of hard. You kind of gain a, like, what's the word I'm looking for? You really get an attachment to the abuser. And you know it's not right, but somehow you cannot, it's hard to break away from them. Unless you've been in that situation, you don't understand. Like, when you call people stupid, it'd be like, I wish that I could say that. But it'd be like, no, it's really just like, you really gotta mentally break yourself before you could actually just walk away. So we wasn't together, but I still wanted him to be at my birthday for whatever reason. So I had told him like, yeah, I'm having a dinner party on this day. I forgot what day my birthday fell on, but I was like, I'm having a birthday party on this day and I want you to come or whatever, a birthday dinner. Y'all know what he told me? And I'm trying to think, I can't remember. Remember the video with the boy? I think, did I call him Stinky Feet? And I called his sister Turtle. I think the girl I called her Turtle. Remember the girl he was messing with? And the brother, and I said his feet stink bad. So his sister, so he told me, no, not his sister, but him. He was like, oh, I can't come. I'm going to a hotel party on that day for, I think I called him Stinky Feet. He's like, for Stinky Feet. I did not call that nigga that. Turtle Water? I called him something. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The boy with the funky ass feet. His homeboy. He was messing with the sister and I fought his sister. He was like, I'm going to a hotel party for their cousin. So when he told me that, it kind of was triggering because I'm just like, damn, like even though we not together and nothing like that, but it's like, bro, you just don't give a fuck to hurt my feelings or what. But it's like, you really don't care to hurt my feelings because it's like, I know we not together, but you could have kept that to yourself. You could have said you was going to Benzino's birthday dinner, I mean something. And y'all, speaking of Benzino, why this fucking weird ass keep reposting me? Like every time I post a picture, this keep reposting my shit. A lot of people repost my pictures too, but it's like, stop reposting my pictures. Anyway, so yeah, he could have said anybody, but it's like you chose to say a person where I know this girl that you cheated on me with is gonna be there. Like, that's why it was kind of really like, this nigga's weird. So anyway, after he told me that, y'all, it's like something split in my head. I called Toxic and I'm like, girl, I think I should do something different. I don't think I'm coming hard enough for my birthday, because he was telling me how birthday dinner is boring and all type of shit, because I'm like, it's a hotel party, you could literally go after the dinner. But yeah, so I'm like, I need to come harder for my birthday. So I told her, I want to have a hotel party. Y'all, I'm so thirsty, because I'm like, I knew it wasn't the cousin birthday. It was that girl birthday, because I think her birthday was in that same month as mine. So I'm like, I'm gonna have a hotel party and my shit gonna be better than hers. I'm gonna post pictures. I just really had this mindset when I should have stuck to my damn dinner party. So I'm like, I'm gonna have a hotel party. Mine gonna be better than hers, all this other stuff. So I'm telling Toxic, like, is she like, girl, yeah, you should have a party. So I'm like, all right, cool. So mind y'all, when I had told him about this and I found out I was gonna have a party, it kind of was like towards like maybe it was like a week before I was gonna have a dinner party. So it's just like way, like, I waited last minute to invite him and him to tell me this shit. So I'm telling people like, oh, we're not doing a dinner no more, I'm gonna do this instead. Y'all, at this point I'm thinking, how the fuck I'm finna pay for a hotel room, because I literally didn't have no money. Like, she was broke. So I'm like, I don't know how I'm finna do any of this, right? Y'all, it's like right when I was gonna hit my mom up and ask her like, Mom, can you give me some money to have a hotel party for my birthday? My homegirl texted me, Shisha had texted me and was like, girl, did you get your financial aid? So I'm like, girl, what? Because mind y'all, I didn't think they was gonna give me, I knew like I signed up for financial aid, but mine was so delayed because I didn't think they was gonna give it to me until I turned 18. So I didn't think I was gonna get the shit until like next year, like get it late and stuff. So when she said that, I checked and y'all, my financial aid hit. So at this point I'm like, oh, it's meant for me to have that party. I got the money. I'm gonna go buy me some weave hair. Like, it's lit. I ain't finna buy the back hair no more. I'm about to call up some bundles, y'all. So I'm excited. I'm like, oh, I'm finna get it. So I ended up going to the store. I had my sister take me to the store. Me and Toxic, when we got a whole bunch of bottles. We had got some Nouveau. I remember because I think the picture is on my Twitter. We had got some Nouveau and something else. I posted the picture of it and it was like some other stuff we got. We got a whole bunch of bottles. I'm telling people about it. And then a lot of people, it was so weird because why was so many people telling me like they couldn't come because it was last minute. But bitch, you could have made it to the dinner. It just didn't make no sense. So I'm like, all right, it's cool, whatever. I wasn't tripping. So I'm like, I need to invite people. I need to find people to invite because I'm about to be lit. So I had a few people that was like, they could come. I'm like, I need more people. So remember the story time I did and I was talking about the boy where I was like, he's like a cousin to me. I can't remember what I named him. Y'all, I should have went back. Damn, I should have went back and looked. But y'all remember who I'm talking about? And I was like, and that's when we was at the beach party. And the police hit the dog. Yeah, all that boy. That said, it's like my cousin. I was like, he's like a cousin. Like, I grew up with him. So I invited him. He's like, oh, he gonna come through. He already coming through with a lot of people. But 9 times out of 10, he's gonna come with a whole bunch of guys. He might come with some girls. So it's really like up in the air. So I'm like, all right. But he told me he was gonna bring some his homegirls and all this other stuff. So I'm like, okay, we got some girls, we got some guys. So I'm like, oh, if he coming, then we kind of lit. Like, we got a lot of people. So I wasn't really tripping no more. So y'all, so I'm just super happy or whatever. I ended up going on Craigslist because y'all, I didn't know how to find bundles back then. I went on Craigslist. I'm like, I'm about to buy me some hair. And I ended up finding this girl, y'all. So this girl, she was like, okay, I could come meet you to buy the hair or whatever. Because first she was asking me if I could come to her. So I'm like, no, I don't have no car or whatever. So she like, okay, I could come meet you. So y'all, I'm thinking I'm gonna get scammed because first the girl was asking me if I could send her the money. Like, I forgot how she said, like, if I get a green dot card and do all this weird stuff. So I'm like, no, that don't make no sense. And at this point, I didn't know anybody who had bought bundles. Like, only people that where they bought hair from was like AliExpress. And that would have took too long. So the girl, she like, okay, I can meet you. So she like, what's your number? Because mind you, we was talking like through what I think is like email or something like that when you do on Craigslist. So I give her my number and we talking or whatever. She called me. So she called me and she's like, yeah, hey girl, like, how old are you? And I'm telling her, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what does this have to do with anything? So she told me like how much the hair gonna be and what she bring, all this other stuff. So I'm like, all right, cool. Y'all, she asked me where I live at and I gave her 2 houses down because she was all like, since I can't come to her exact location, she had to come to me. Because I was like, we could meet up somewhere because I didn't feel comfortable. I don't even know what you look like. Like, you could be a grown-ass man and trying to sell me chinchilla hair or something, which would have sold, you know, to somebody, but not me because what I'm going to do with that? I don't know. She just could have been anybody. So I just was like, I ain't going to her location. I'd rather come to mine. So anyway, so we talking and she like, okay, well, I'm working right now. So where you live? I told her where I live. And she's like, oh, girl, you live by my job. So I'm like, oh, for real? So she's like, yeah, you live by my job. So I could come by when I get off of work, when I'm on a break or whatever, I could come by your house and sell you the hair. So I'm like, all right, cool. She's like, make sure you have the exact change. She was like, because I might have change, but I might not. It just all depends how work go or whatever. So I'm just like, okay, like maybe she works. I don't know where I'm thinking this girl work at. So I'm like, all right, cool. So y'all, she ended up calling me and she was like, I'm finna come, I'm outside. So I go outside because I'm like, but she told me to come by myself, which y'all, this should have been a weird, but it wasn't too much of a red flag, but this should have been weird. She told me to come outside by myself. She like, come outside by yourself because I don't trust it. Like, I wouldn't want you to rob me. Like, I really want to sell you this hair, all this other stuff. So Toxic was with me, but I'm like, girl, stay in the house because they want me to come out by myself. Y'all, I was dumb as shit. When I think back on so much stuff in life, I be like, girl, no wonder why you went through all this shit, because you was fucking dumb. But because why would I go outside anyway? I told her, like, girl, stay in the house and just look out, like, through the yard or look out the window. I don't want them to try to drive off, because she's like, if I see any funny shit, like, I'm not gonna pull over. I'm gonna keep going. So I'm like, all right, you good. Mind you, I have to walk down the street anyway. So I'm standing in front of like 2 houses down, but I know pretty much everybody on that street, on my grandma's street. So I'm standing in front of their house or whatever. But I know she probably was looking like, what the hell? But mind you, I know these people. Like, I used to go in their house and all that, but they was Hispanic. So she was really looking confused, because she even asked me about that too. She was like, this is weird. Like, you live here? And I'm like, yeah. But they let me. I was standing in their yard with them. Anyway, so she ended up pulling up. A car pulls up. It like first like pulled down the street and we on the phone. She's like, is this you right here? So she's like, you by the men at this, you in front of this house, like with the men that's fixing the cars? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. So she's like, oh, okay, we finna bust a U-turn. So they bust a U-turn. So y'all, she get out the car, and why she got the driver's seat, baby is in some fucking netted skirt and some fucking stripper heels. So I'm looking like, I know she didn't just come from the club, because you know dancers, they don't walk in and out the club in a dancer outfit. Like, they change into they shit. Like, they not finna just be walking in and out like that. So I'm like, oh, no wonder why you said you was not that far. Baby was at work on the stroll. Okay. But she came, she was like, yeah, this is the hair. She was like, girl, yeah, I'm trying to do my little side hustle. I just came from work. I'm like, I'm on a break, but I'm gonna go back out there later. And she was just like, oh, like, this is the hair. So she showed me the hair and stuff. So I'm touching it. Why, when she got out the car, a nigga got out the car, he was standing like not so close to us, but like a little bit. He was just staring the whole time, like mad dog. And so I'm looking and I'm just like, okay, like, she's selling me hair, she let me see it. She was like, yeah, did you want this texture or do you want some curly? And when she would talk, sometimes she would look back at him, like look back. So I'm nervous. I'm like, oh, they finna take my little $300 and get on, man. And but yeah, so I'm like, I don't want to see the curly, because she's like, you don't see the curly? Like, I have some good curly hair, you should see the curly hair. So I'm like, no, it's cool, I'm good with this body wave, it's cool. So she's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay, I really want to show you the curly. But then she'll look at him and he'll look at her and they'll just be looking crazy. So I'm like, no, it's cool, girl. So she's like, I'm gonna show you the curly anyway. So when she did that, she took the body wave back from me. Mind you, I didn't give her the money yet. So I'm just standing there looking like, what the fuck? So then she ended up coming back with some curly bundles, and she was like, yeah, look at the curly, girl. You should get the curly too. Like, it'll look good on you. She putting it up to my head. She like, wouldn't it look good on her? It'll look good on her, huh? And he like, it'll look good. Like, he like, it'll look good. So she like, yeah, it'll look good. Like, if he said, like, he know, like, he really knows. He's into like fashion and like getting girls together. Like, look at me, like, he got me together, like, he knows. So you should get the curly hair. So I'm like, nah, I'm gonna get this one. Like, she was really trying to sell me that damn curly hair. So then she was like, you live right here? And I'm like, yeah, these my people. So then they was like, oh, okay. She like, oh, okay. Like, I just wouldn't think that you would know them or whatever. So I was like, oh, yeah. So she like, you like in foster care or something? Or it's like family of a friend? And I'm like, no, I just live here. Like, you know, like, girl, you asking too many questions right now. Like, why do you care? So then they like, they call me Symone. Like, they said like that. So they like, you okay? Like, they like, because they notice, like, it's weird. First of all, she over here in a netted damn highlighter dress on with some heels. And this nigga just stand outside the car. She won't just give me the hair and go about her day. So they like, you good? You good? And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm good. So she was like, okay, let me go then. Like, I guess that must have made her feel some type of way. She like, let me go. So she's like, okay, it was $328 or something like that, let's just say. So I had like $340. So she like, oh, let me see. She got $340, and she looked at him and he was like he shook his head. She was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I guess, like, I don't, you might just want to buy one bundle. Then, 'cause I was getting two. Was I getting 2 or 3 bundles? Probably like 2. You know, back then, yeah, I think it was 2. So she's like, oh, you might want to. It probably wasn't 3. It probably was like $200 or something. Just some change, like 2 something. I don't know. But she was just like, oh, you might want to just get one bundle then, because I don't got change. Mind y'all, bitch. At this point, like I said, financial aid dropped. So $20 giving you extra 20 ain't a thing to me. So I'm like, oh, no, it's cool. You keep that. And she's like, oh, okay, I could keep this. I'm like, yeah, you could keep that. You good. I'm going to still get my bundles. Because why would I turn down getting 2 bundles because you ain't got a chance to give me $20 back? Well, it's not even a full 20, because it's like, let's say it's like $228 and I gave her $240. Like, you literally not even giving me a full 20 back. Why would I turn down girl, no, get my damn hair. So I'm like, no, you good, you good. So she's like, okay, you see, like, she letting me keep it. You see that? She's like, so is it mine or is it yours? Like, looking at him. And he didn't say nothing. He's just looking at her, like, with the same little stone cold look. So I'm like, thank you. Like, you know, I grabbed the hair. And she's like, okay. She's like, yeah, call me whenever you need some more hair because I know you're going to want that curly hair. This hair is good quality. Like, call me. I could come meet up with you. And she was like, well, now that I met you and you cool, like, you could come meet at the spot. And I'm just thinking, like, bitch, I didn't want to come to the spot the first time, so I don't want to come now. But anyway, she's like, you can meet at the spot, just call me or whatever. So I'm like, okay. In my mind, I'm thinking, like, I'm never gonna call this girl again. And then she had went over to him. I'm about to walk off, but I thought about it, like, I'm supposed to live here, I can't walk off. So I, like, walked kind of off, and then I went back into the gate. So then she was like, hold on, girl, hold on, where you going anyway? So I was like, oh, I'm going to my friend's house. But she was like, hold on, girl, let me give you something. Why they gave me a business card, y'all? It literally was a card with, like, his name written on it in pen with the phone number, and then it had her name, and then it had, like, a star next to it. And she was like, here's my card to just call me, like, anytime. Like, you could call me when you need some more hair or whatever. It's the same number you've been calling, but just in case you don't got it, like, you could keep this card just in case you lose my number. Girl, I do not want you in your business card. Like, what the girl? So I was just like, oh, thank you. And I put it in my pocket, and then they end up leaving. So I'm thinking, like, I'm never gonna call her again. So when they left, they drove off, bust their U-turn, and went back to work or whatever. I ended up walking back to the house. Y'all, I'm like, girl, I'm telling Toxic, like, girl, why did she put up with her pee and they was selling me hair? And I'm just telling her the story. She's like, girl, I should have came outside. Like, what the hell? And I'm like, right, but I'm like, I was in front of, well, I was gonna say their name, even though they wouldn't care. Like, they older people. But I'm like, I was in front of such and such house or whatever. So she's like, oh, okay. So we up in the house, we talking. I'm excited for this, y'all. I'm excited as hell. I did my hair so cute. I had dyed that hair ombre. I thought I was the shit. And like I said, this probably was like 2-3 days now before the whole hotel party. So I'm telling my sister, like, I'm gonna need you to do me a favor. Y'all, at this point, I got my financial aid and I thought money wasn't a thing. Because like I said, I didn't work as a teenager. So it's like I didn't never, like, have my own money unless somebody gave it to me. It's like, now this is my money. And y'all, even though it was like $1,200, but y'all, I think like money ain't a thing. So then y'all, it was just getting good. Like, I just felt like it was so good. So y'all, like, I'm telling my sister, because I'm like, I'm gonna get a room at such and such. I was trying to get a room at this one nice ass hotel, but she like, girl, y'all gonna get kicked out, it's gonna be pointless, all this other stuff. Because my sister had to get the room for me because I didn't have no ID or nothing either. I just was assumed like I should wait till I turned 18 to get the ID. I don't know, I could have went and got an ID. I had a school ID, but they wasn't finna let me get no room with that. So I'm telling my sister, like, okay, I'm gonna get you the room. And I think it was her who told me about this room, y'all. So remember that story time when I did about the room where I was with enemy, and I was like, he bust my window out because he lost my car keys and said it was inside the car? Yeah, the Best Western right there on Manchester when you get off the freeway in Inglewood. I will never. That room is bad luck for me. So anyway, that was the room. I think my sister's the one who told me about it. I think she said somebody told her like they don't care about stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna get it there. So y'all, I'm just excited. I'm like, oh, we went to the Mexico Plaza. I got me an outfit. I remember I had these little booty shorts on. Like, they was just cute. I thought I was just the shit, right? I looked so cute. That hair was fire as fuck. And I got another story time about old girl and her man, because I literally bought hair from her again because that was some good ass hair. But that time was crazy though. But that's a different story. So anyway, now it's the day of the party. I'm hitting everybody up that said they was coming to confirm. So I hit up my one home girl. She talking about some, oh, I can't go. My mom trying to not let me go or some shit like that. And I was hot because I'm just like, your mom's a weird bitch for real, because no, because like, girl, what? So I was kind of mad, but I didn't take it out like on her because I'm like, you know, whatever. But yeah, Toxic was gonna be there, and like I said, my cousin was gonna be there, my god sister, and like she said she was bringing somebody. It was like a lot of people that was gonna be, like, said it was gonna be there, and plus the boy that I said was like my cousin, he coming with people. So y'all, it's the day of now. I did my hair, I'm looking cute, whatever. Toxic at my house, and we was gonna go check in a room and then just like come back and get ready. So before we went to check in the room, because my sister was like, okay, she gonna have her boyfriend. Well, it wasn't even her boyfriend, he just was real cool. Anyway, we was gonna go before we went to check in the room, my sister was like, she had to go do something real quick or whatever, right? So we chilling at the house, and Toxic was like, this boy that she just started talking to, she was like, could he come? So I'm like, oh, like, I don't have a problem, like, he could come, you know, like, such and such. I forgot what I named him. I'm like, yeah, like the boy I called my cousin, I'm like, he cool, like, he not, you know, he mix with anybody, like, he really do could mix with any type of person, like, and he be knowing everybody too, like, surprisingly. So I'm like, yeah, like, he could come or whatever. So she like, okay, he said he gonna come with his homeboys or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. She was like, before he come, like, can he pull up on us? Because he want to pull up on us. So at this point, I'm already seeing what's going on. Like, yo, homie want to pull up because she was saying, like, he with his friend and, like, they want to pull up on us. Which is, like, I already see y'all trying to pull up. Because you know how clearly they trying to see, like, is it worth going to? Like, I guess his homeboy. She didn't say it, but clearly his homeboy wanted to see what I look like or something like that before going to the party or wasting his time or some shit. Like, I really felt like it was on some shit like that. So I'm like, yeah, they could pull up or whatever. Like, I'm not tripping. We waiting on my sister anyway to come back so we can get the room and come back and get ready. So she like, all right, I'm gonna tell him he could pull up. So y'all, we chilling in the house. Next thing you know, she like, he outside. Like, he told her he was outside. So we go to walk outside because we never get nobody the address. So we walk down to the corner. Why are we hopping? Because she was like, let's get in the car. She just started instantly getting in the car. Mind you, she said this is her, probably, she met the boy and she probably hung out with him one time before this. He didn't have no car, but I guess he probably told her to get in the car. So we hop in the car or whatever. Why we hop in the car? She hop in the front seat and I hop in the back. And literally, it's one boy in the front seat. It's like no friend with him. So I'm thinking like, oh, this the boy. Because mind you, I never seen this boy she was talking about. So she was all like, what's up? Like, Symone, this is such and such. Let's just name him Boy, because I don't feel like thinking of no name for this man. So she like, Symone, this is Boy. Boy, this is Symone. And I'm like, oh, nice to meet you. And I'm just sitting there in my phone because I'm just thinking like, girl, why did you have me come outside with you if you meet up with your boo? So she like, Symone, don't be rude. Like, Boy's gonna come out tonight and hang out at your party tonight. So I was like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, she told me like, you real cool. Like, you know, y'all could come. You could come with your friends or whatever. So he was like, yeah, I'm trying to get to know you though. So at this point, I look up like, who Boy talking to? Because he ain't talking to me. She like, I'm trying to get to know you. So she was like, yeah, Symone, talk to him. Remember I was telling you, the boy I talked to gonna come with his friend? So I'm like, oh, I assumed this was the boy you talked to. So she like, no, I talked to, and she said like the boy name. So I'm like, I assumed this was him because he literally pulled up by himself. You said that the boy you talked to was pulling up. She's like, no, this is his friend. He has something to do, but his friend really wanted to just pull up and meet you. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, okay, well, nice to meet you or whatever. And at this point, I was kind of irritated and it was kind of weird because that's weird as hell. Even if you was trying to introduce me to a friend, for one, why did you say that he was coming by himself? And two, why are you in the front seat with the nigga? So I'm just like, okay, like, that's cool. So I'm like, yeah, well, we about to go in the house and start getting ready and stuff like that because it's getting late, all this other stuff. So he like, yeah, I'm gonna pull up. I'm like, I got a gift for you too. I'm gonna get you a gift. I got something for you too. So I'm like, all right. He like, what you like to drink on? So I'm like, oh, I drink Ciroc, you know, just saying stuff like that. He like, okay, well, I'm gonna pull up. I got a drink for you. You gonna drink with me? Like, you gonna do? He just asked me all these questions. I'm like, yeah, like we about to turn up. We already got bottles. So if you want to bring one, that's fine too. But we got some. And he like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna turn up with you. I'm gonna turn up with you. Like, you gonna turn up with me? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna turn up with you. He like, all right, you gonna drink with me for real? I'm like, yeah. He like, I could drink. I could really drink. So I'm like, I'm gonna drink with you. And back then, y'all, I was a drinker. So I'm like, yeah, you ain't saying nothing but thanks. So he like, yeah, okay, all right, I'm gonna see you later. I'm like, yeah. So he got out the car. He's like, let me get a hug. So I'm like, all right. So y'all, right when I was about to go get his man a hug, to give him a hug first. So I'm just like, this is weird, y'all. So anyway, she gave him a hug, and then I ended up giving him a hug, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna see you later. She's like, all right. He like, all right then, I'll see you later or whatever. So we ended up walking back to the house. And I was like, girl, why you didn't say that the boy you talked to wasn't coming? And she was like, oh, he had told me he couldn't make it. Like, he gonna be there later on tonight, though. So I'm like, dang. So I'm like, oh, when you met him, because mind you, when she met him, got his number, and then they kicked it once after that. Like, when they made sure it was like some quick shit, and then they kicked it. So I'm like, when you kicked it with him, or when you met him, like, when did you meet this friend of his? Because y'all seem real comfortable. Because when we was in the car, they was talking for a cool minute. I'm just in my phone. Like, he'll ask me certain questions, but I'm in my phone. So I'm like, when y'all meet? Like, you know? And she was just like, oh, girl, like, when I met him, she was like, it's crazy because I had met his homeboy first. She was like, I was somewhere and I met his homeboy first. She was like, it was like crazy. Later that day, I met him and he was in the car with his homeboy. She was like, but I like the other boy better. Girl, bitch. So I'm like, oh, girl, I don't want no ninja that was trying to talk to you. Like, I don't, even though you didn't talk to him, or who knows, I don't know. But I'm like, even though you didn't talk to him, I don't want no boy that was trying to talk to you, because it's always going to be weird. Like, it's going to be weird. Y'all see how the situation was with Joe. Whew. But I'm like, it's always bad. At this point, I didn't know all the other shit that ended up going down. But I'm like, it's always going to be weird. She's like, how's it going to be weird? I'm like, because if he was trying to talk to you, that means he liked you. He wanted to pursue you. So she's like, but he didn't get to know me. He might like you. Like, he liked you. I'm like, but still, like, it's just weird. Like, I don't want to talk to somebody if you wanted to talk to my homegirl. Like, that's just weird to me, because at the end of the day, you know, men be weird. My bad, excuse me, y'all. some men be weird, so it's like you might still try my homegirl, like, and I don't know, I'm cool, like, I don't want to talk to him. So she was like, girl, well, they gonna come later, they're gonna come with more friends, so if you want to pick a different one, you could. Girl, I didn't pick him, and I'm like, girl, I'm not really even tripping about that, I'm just trying to have fun. So my sister took forever. So finally she called me, and she like, y'all might as well start getting ready now, I'm on the way back, but we just gonna take y'all to get the room and drop y'all off, because there's no point of coming back and forth. So I'm like, all right, cool, that makes sense. So we getting ready or whatever. We end up going to the room, but I didn't put my clothes on, because I didn't want my grandma to see me walk out the house like that. Even though it's like she wouldn't have said nothing, but like, no, she would have said something, but like, I didn't want to hear that. So I end up, we get out, we leave or whatever. I want to curl my hair so bomb, it was cute. So we ended up leaving and going to the room, and my sister had got the room for us. Oh, wait, fast forward, I gotta rewind back. No, that part is not really even important like that. But like, okay, so the day of my birthday, at this point, was it my birthday already? Oh, yep. Okay, so I don't know if the hotel party was on my exact, was it on my exact birthday or the day before? You know what? I think, or the day after. Either way, I had already been 18 at this point, but like I said, I didn't have no ID, so that's why my sister had to do it. So I'm not sure. Let me look. Hold on. Let me look. I really had to look at the calendar. Okay, so my birthday was on a Thursday. Okay, so my hotel party was like Friday. It was Friday. So literally my birthday was the day before. So y'all, even to where it made it even more better, and I just thought, I was like, yeah, big one, which I was doing too much. I just feel like I have to throw this part in. I do have to throw this part in because it do make sense. So my actual birthday on Thursday, my mom had took me out to eat. And for my birthday, which she do that, it's like a tradition. Like, she literally it don't matter if I go out of the country, anywhere I go, it don't matter if I go out of town or if I do anything, my mom and them is taking me out to eat for my birthday. It's literally something we cannot miss. It does not matter if it happens after my birthday or before. We literally do this every time I go out to eat with her, my little sister, and my stepdad. So anyway, on the day of, which I didn't think this was gonna happen neither, the day of my birthday, my mom took me to go she took me to, well, not go open a bank account, but she took me to go like get some money out of bank account because when I turned 18, which is TMI, it's not really important, but it's just the important part because y'all will wonder why I have so much money on me, because y'all gonna be like, how you had that much money from that 1200? Anyway, she took me to go get some money out because, well, to close an account because I had a settlement and I couldn't get it until I turned 18. So she got it for me on my birthday and gave it to me. And it's crazy because, y'all, she was telling me, like, put your money up. Like, she was asking me that same day if I wanted to take, like, but everything happened so late in the day that I didn't even get a chance to go open up a bank account, put my money in, and none of that. And it's like, you know, it's my money, so it's not like she was gonna tell me like, oh, I don't want you to go spend it all in one place or do dumb shit. So, you know, she gave me my money. So I literally had all this money in envelopes because I did not go open up a bank account. And then I didn't even have all the money in envelopes. Like, some of it I had on a check because she was just like, I'm not about to give you that much. So I think I had like 10K in envelopes or whatever, probably like in 2-3 envelopes, and then I had the rest on a check because she was like, you don't need no more than that, like, even for this your birthday, you don't even need this. So I think I had like 10K in cash on me or whatever. So yeah, that's just why I had to say that. So I don't know what it was. Now I'm really just feeling like, bitch, a bitch ain't never had this much money. So I'm really just excited. Like, I got my financial aid, I got my settlement, because I didn't think I was gonna get that money. Well, I knew I was gonna get it, but you know, when you hear about a lot of money and they say you just gonna get it, you don't think that you think it's not real, because that's how I thought. I'm like, ain't no way. So when she took me, I'm like, ooh, okay. So anyway, back to the hotel party the day after, that Friday. So when we went to the room, y'all, tell me why my fucking dumb ass why I had all the money in my purse. All the money. I didn't leave none at home. I brought all my money. And that's because, y'all, I ain't even gonna get into that right now. But I just bring it all with me because I was like, hell nah. Like, I just on some paranoid shit. Like, I need my money next to me until I can put it in a bank account. The check, I told my mom to hold it for me until I opened up the bank account, because I was like, even though nobody could have cashed it, because literally I had no ID. So I'm like, I told her to hold it for me, but, and it was in my name. So yeah, I was like, I had all the cash on me or whatever. So when we go to the hotel room, y'all, why my fucking dumb ass, we up at the register, and the guy, she get in the room, and my sister get in the room for us, and the guy talking, he like, okay, whatever, like, are you gonna be in the room? And she's like, no, I'm gonna just check in on them. Like, literally, the guy did not give not one fuck, because you know, you get in a room for minors and you talk about you ain't even gonna be here. So I pulled out a wad of money. This nigga said the room was probably like $100 and some. Bitch, I could have pulled out $100 out of this thing. I pull out some money, water money. I went through each envelope. Literally, it's literally pull out the money. I'm doing the most. I ain't gonna lie. I was acting like a nigga who just got his EDD. I'm pulling out the money and I'm like, oh, here you go. I'm gonna take from this one. I ain't want to open up this one. Like, take the rubber band. I mean, not the ribbon, but the dollar band thing, like the amount band off of that money. I'm gonna take it off this one. And I handed it to her, and she was like, you want me to take that money back home with you? And I'm like, no, like, I'm good. She's like, why are you bringing all this money to a hotel party? And I'm just like, cause I want to. Like, what's the problem? Like, I'm good. And the only reason why I wanted to, y'all, I was thirsty, but we gonna get there. So we got the room or whatever. So we getting ready, and I'm telling people, like, they could come. But I'm only telling, like, the girls, like, my cousin and her friends and, like, my god sister, stuff like that. I'm telling them, like, they could come or whatever. So we get to the room, we getting ready, and we start taking shots. I'm taking shots. I'm in my feelings, y'all. I'm in my feelings because, y'all, mind y'all, this is the same night of old girl hotel party, and I'm watching Joe, like, he on Facebook posting stuff, like, oh, we about to be lit tonight, stuff like that. So, y'all, what I do, I literally spread my money across the bed, but I didn't take it out the wraps. I only took one out the racks and, like, spreaded it across the bed, had the stacks, and I took a picture with the bottle because, mind y'all, when they asked me how I wanted my money, I said small bills, so, you know, it looked like more. But I put the bottle and I took a picture and I posted it. I know that picture not on Twitter no more because I deleted it. I was like, ooh, I'm corny as fuck for this. But y'all was literally just 18 a day, one day 18. Y'all, don't judge me. So I literally posted the picture and I posted it. And it's sad because, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I thought posting that picture, like, Joe would see it and would want to, like, call me or something, like, because he'd be like, oh, she got money. I don't know, what's so weird. And it's so weird because it's like, I know his intentions would be bad, so why would I want that? But at some point I just wanted, it was so weird. So I posted it, and, you know, people commenting like, oh, this, that, and the third, and I was so dumb. I feel like that was a real bad decision that I did posting it before, because when I posted it before, I don't know, we're gonna get there. So anyway, with the room, people start coming, whatever. Like, my cousin came and her homegirl, and my god sister came. She came by herself, whatever. So my cousin came and her homegirl came, right? And we gonna name the homegirl. It was two. My god sister came with somebody, and then my cousin came with somebody. We gonna name the girl my cousin came with. Let's just name her Maya. I hope I didn't use that name before. I just hear girlfriends in the background, that's why. So let's name her Maya. So Maya came with my cousin. So we in the room, we taking shots, we drinking, y'all. They had a jacuzzi in there or whatever, and I'm like, ooh, okay, well, we not gonna get in a jacuzzi because, you know, it's gonna be boys here and stuff like that, y'all. So anyway, now the boy that I call my cousin, he ended up pulling up. He didn't bring no girls with him. He just bring a whole bunch of boys. So I'm like, where the girls at? He like, oh, I forgot all about that. I thought you was gonna bring girls, and I wasn't finna bring the girl I talked to with her friends. So dang, like, it's cool. We still gonna turn up. So we not tripping. We listen to music. We turning up. We drinking. Everybody's having a good time. So the boy I called my cousin, he's like, I seen your post on Facebook, Simone. He was like, make sure you keep your bag close by you. Like, keep your shit close by you because you never know who's seen your shit, who watching. They know you got money up in here. So I'm like, okay, I'm good. He's like, you getting too drunk. Like, keep your shit by you. So I'm getting so drunk, but I'm cool. Like, we all chilling, we playing little games. Never have I ever. We cool, we vibe and listen to music. So next thing you know, guess who come knocking at the door? Toxic jump up. She excited like, oh, that's such and such and boy. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. She opened the door. They came in there and they had a bottle that was already open, and they had their own cups. They literally had like enough cups for them and enough cups for me and Toxic. Like, not a big thing of cups, but literally just only enough for them. And they was like 5 of them, and then, you know, like, me and Toxic, so they had like 7 cups. So I'm like, okay. So he came in and he was like, what's up, birthday girl? Like, what's up? So he give me a hug, and I'm like, what's up or whatever. He like, you been drinking, like, you faded. But mind you, at this point I was drinking, but I wasn't doing too much because we was like really like drinking, but we was chasing it with our water, and we was like cool. Like, we wasn't doing too much, like, because we was playing games, and we wasn't doing too much. It was like I was not faded like that. I was cool. Like, I was just feeling it. I was feeling good. Everything was straight. So he was like, remember I told you I got a gift for you? Remember I said I got a gift for you? So I'm like, yeah, you said you got a gift for me. He's like, I got the gift. And he starts shaking the bottle. And I was like, okay, yeah. He's like, take a shot of our bottle. I'm like, okay, well, y'all, we got a bottle open, so if we could finish ours first, and then, like, you know, we get to y'all. So he's like, oh, this for us, and I'm gonna share with y'all, but, like, you know, like, basically saying, like, he ain't gonna share with everybody else. So I'm like, oh, no, it's cool. I got enough alcohol for them, so, like, they ain't won't drink your bottle, like, chill. So he like, yeah, but ours is already open too. He's like, but I want you to take a shot of ours. Like, you ain't got this one. I forgot what type of Ciroc he had. So he's like, you don't got this one. Like, you don't got this one, so you gotta take a shot of my bottle. Like, I told you I got a gift for you. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a shot for you. I'm gonna take a shot. He's like, all right, I'm gonna pour you a drink. So I was like, okay, because at first I'm like, I'll take a shot. Like, you know, I was gonna waterfall the bottle. So he's like, no, I'm gonna pour you a drink. I'm gonna pour you a drink. We got chasers and stuff. They had a little bag with them. So I'm like, all right. So they sat at this table. It was like a little table because where my people was sitting at, the people that was already, they was like sitting on the bed, and it was like sitting on the edge of the jacuzzi. Everybody was just like kind of like close by each other, just talking stuff. So they sat at the little table or whatever, and one of them was standing up because on like 4 chairs. Was it like 4 or 3 chairs? I don't know. I don't really remember. But they was sitting at the table or whatever. So they start making when they sat down, he was like, he pouring a drink. I looked back and I went to over there to where my people, and I'm like, y'all good? Like, you know, just talking to them. So I looked back and I see him opening the bottle, but now I'm like watching him because he looked at me and he started smiling. So I'm watching him. So y'all, why the other boy, like one of the other boys ended up standing up like and getting in front, because he was looking at me and he like said something to the boy, like one of the boys he's with, the boy stood up in front of him to where it's like out, he was blocking him, so I couldn't see no more. So I'm not thinking nothing of it, y'all. I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm just still talking to my people like, okay, like, you know. So then when they came, the boy, I called my cousin, he was like, Simone, give me your purse. So I'm like, because I'm thinking like, boy, even though I'm thinking like, you weren't too much about my money. You weren't too much about my money. So he like, I'm just saying like, you know them. So I'm like, no, I'm like, not really, but them toxic friends, they cool. Mind you, he don't like toxic. So he like, how she know them? And I'm like, they cool, trust me, like they cool. So he's like, all right. He was like, if I see your ass getting too drunk, I'm gonna kick niggas out. Like, it's not gonna be that. So I'm like, it's straight, like I'm good. So he like, all right, you good. Y'all. So old boy ended up like, come take your shot, like come drink, have your drink with us, come toast with us. Mind y'all, when I went back over there, Toxic stayed over there because she was talking to the boy that she talked to, because mind y'all, now he's here. So she stayed over there with them at that table when they made that drink. I ended up going back over there and he was like, here, take your drink. So when he gave me the cup, like, okay, like this is the cup he handed to me. He was like, here, take your cup. But he started shaking the cup like this. So I'm not thinking nothing of it, y'all. I'm not thinking nothing of it when he shook the cup and was like, here. But mind you, he not shaking it because he was just like, take your drink, here, take your drink. But he's shaking. I'm like, damn, you gonna spill it? He's like, no, you good, just drink it. So I was like, all right. So we like cheers or whatever. And then I drank some and I was like, ooh, this is different. Like, this is strong. Like, I've had this Ciroc flavor before. It don't taste like this. Weird. Mind y'all, he mixed it with some juice or something, so it was dark in the cup. I think he mixed it with something dark, probably a cranberry or something. I don't know. He mixed it where it was dark. It wasn't clear in the cup. So I'm like, this is strong. Like, ooh, this don't taste right. Mind y'all, the juice is not gonna make the drink stronger. So I'm like, that's so weird. So he's like, you gotta finish it. Don't be babysitting. It's your birthday. Like, it's your birthday. So they're like, yeah, it's your birthday. Y'all, I would never forget the way all of them was just staring at me, smiling. Mind you, Toxic, she just standing off to the side and she just drinking her drink, like sipping it, but she was looking like so fucking worried, like concerned. Like the way she was looking at me, the way anybody in my right mind now, how paranoid I be. Well, I be paranoid. I was paranoid back then too, but kind of not really. I was really like more like, wee, red flag, 6 flags, let's do it. Like, I don't know, but if anybody, like, I could really, like, they looked like vultures and she looked scared as fuck. Like, the way she was looking at me sipping that drink, it's like if her eyes could talk, like, she would have been like, bitch, don't drink it. But the way they was looking at me and just smiling, it really gave perverted and freaky and fucking weird. Not to be making funny. I always make, y'all know I be making jokes out of shit because I barely even want to tell the story. But anyway, so they looking at me like, the way they look at me, anybody in their right mind would drink it. They was like, drink it. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. You got to finish it. So I'm like, y'all drink y'all's with me. So they like, it's your birthday. Like, you got to really drink. You got to drink. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. It's my birthday. And I drunk it. Like, they was like, down it. Like, he just kept on. So I'm like, I can't. So he ended up pushing the cup up. Like, when I was drinking it, because I was finna put it back down, he pushed the cup up and was like, you got to finish it. So I didn't want it to spill on me. So I just started drinking all of it. I drank the whole cup, y'all. So at that point, I'm just like, oh, okay. So they was like, you about to be feeling real good in a minute. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not about to drink nothing else. Like, I'm about to drink our other bottle. And so Toxic was like, Simone, drink some water. And I was like, all right, let me drink some. So I grabbed my water and I started drinking it. So then she ended up going to the bathroom. She's like, come into the bathroom. Like, let me help you fix your hair or whatever. So I go to the bathroom and she was just like fixing my hair. And I just noticed when we was in the bathroom, I don't know what the fuck happened, but it just started going quick. But I'm like, oh, I just took that drink to the neck. Like, I shouldn't have did that. I'm a lightweight. So I just was staring at her. And I just remember like days and like going back in like this, just rocking. And she was just like, are you okay? Like, you okay? And I was like, yeah. She's like, do you want to throw up or anything? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I don't feel like I throw up. She's like, you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. So then she was like, okay, just make sure you drink some water. Like, if you feel any type of way, let me know. So I'm like, I'm good. She's like, okay, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm straight. So we end up going back out. Y'all, when I tell y'all we went back out, oh my God, when this is the most embarrassing. We went back out, and when I tell y'all I blacked out. At this point, I'm about to tell y'all stuff that everybody told me. because I was blanking in and out, in and out. So at one point, this is what I do remember. I was like, I'm hungry, let's order a pizza, because that's what we was gonna do anyway. So I'm like, let's order a pizza. I called Pizza Hut, ordered like a few pizzas, and this is what I remember. I remember that I went to the door, and I remember that they said I gave this man $200. Like, I gave him the money for the pizza, and I gave him an extra $200 for a tip and told him to keep it. And I remember after that, that's when I remember after that, that's when I literally just said his name, so I had to just blank that. I remember after that, that's when the boy I called my cousin, that's when he took my purse. He took it, and he was like, give me this fucking purse. And he was really trying to tell the man at Pizza Hut, because I remember that part, because after that, baby, he was like, hell no, nigga, like, give me that money, run the money back, like, run that money back. So I'm like, it's cool, it's my birthday, he could keep it, it's cool. And he was really trying to get the money back, because he was like, Symone, what the fuck, like, you just gave this nigga a whole bunch of money, like, why are you giving him money like that for a tip? I'm like, it's okay, just keep it. So the guy, he ended up keeping the money or whatever. And that's when, like I said, the boy that say my cousin, he took my purse or whatever. So I remember I literally was blanking in and out, right? So I remember we was in a room, I'm blanking in and out, and somehow I remember, like, I don't remember, but they was telling me, like, yeah, you was tripping. It was like, we was all playing music, we danced, everybody drunk, but then they was like, my god sister told me, like, I noticed you was fucked up, like, you was fucked up. She was like, because that's when we noticed, like, it was something different about you. They was like, we all was drunk, but we could tell the way you was acting, it was different. Like, you was being very weird. Like, you know, they been drunk around before, they like, and I've been drunk. They like, you wasn't being like regular, like, you was being weird. They was like, you kept trying to take your clothes off. They was like, and the boy that I named Boy, they was like, he kept telling you, like, take your clothes off, get in the jacuzzi, I want to see you get in the jacuzzi. And I was like, okay, like, they was like, I kept trying to, like, and they'd be like, no, Symone. So then the boy that I call my cousin, I just remember he set me down. And I was sitting in the jacuzzi. I had my clothes on. It was no water in there. They was like, I was sitting in the jacuzzi and I was talking to him. And he was like, Symone, I'm about to kick these niggas out. Like, I'm about to kick them out because this shit, he was like, and he told me too, he was like that he was like low-key like pressing the boy, and the boy was like, oh no, it's not like that, like, we all faded, we having a good time. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, you just kept saying, I'm good. He was like that. I started cutting on the water, the jacuzzi water. I started cutting on the water, and I was trying to get in the jacuzzi. Like, I kept trying to take my clothes off to get in the jacuzzi. He was like, because you keep going over there to the boy, and the boy was like, yeah. And he'd keep trying to walk you over there and try to help you take your clothes off. He was like, so he started getting into it with the boy. He was like, but then you would be like, it's good, y'all, like, you know. But why? This is what pissed me off. The girl that I said her name was Maya, which I'm gonna tell more stories about, she was drunk too. And this is crazy because, yeah, well, I'll get there with the more stories. She was recording me, y'all, she was recording me, everything, recording me and laughing and shit. And y'all, at one point, because I didn't see the video because I didn't want to see that shit, because I was just, when everything was told to me, I was like, I don't even want to see that shit. And it was just a whole situation with that too, but I'm gonna tell y'all. But yeah, she was recording me, and at one point, the boy that said he my cousin, he was like, because he's like, the other boy kept trying to get you to go outside. He was like, he kept trying to get you to go in the bathroom. He kept trying to get you outside. He's like, at one point, I was like babysitting you, because I was like, hell no. So he's like, so I was getting into it with them. Because I'm like, we was like, me and my friends was getting into it with them, because we like, what the fuck? Like, what is, like, nigga, you're weird. And he just kept trying to say, oh no, we faded, bro. It ain't even like that. No, we could all get in the jacuzzi. Like, you know, just being weird. So he was like, at one point, that he ended up going outside to smoke, because I think I was like, they couldn't smoke in there or something like that. So everybody that was smoking, they went outside. So he's like, he went outside to smoke. He was like, and I was sitting down. When he left, he was like, I was sitting down like on like the bed like this, like damn near passed out. I was sitting between my cousin and Toxic. He was like, I was sitting between my cousin and Toxic. He was like, and Toxic was holding my hands and was like, you good? So he was like, so he went outside to smoke, and he was like, I took your purse with me or whatever. And he was like, I went outside to smoke. And yeah, he was like, they was like, you good? Because literally, like, I was passed out, like I was going to sleep. He was like, so at this point, this is when Toxic started telling me stuff. So, because everybody is telling me different stuff. Like, they like, yeah, you was like passed out. So Toxic was telling me, I guess, that the boy went over there, and he was like, is she okay? Like, I just want to make sure she okay. Like, I want to make sure she good. That's basically what she said that he was saying. And she was like, yeah. So I told him, like, yeah, she's okay. Like, everything is fine. He was like, so then, and this is when, like, my cousin was telling me, like, yeah, the boy just kept trying to get you to go in the bathroom. Like, the boy was like, let's talk, but trying to get you to go in the bathroom. But the boy that Toxic was talking to was trying to get her to go in the bathroom too. Like, y'all all go in the bathroom and talk about some shit. So she was like, that's when I was like, what the fuck? No. She was like, so the girl Maya was recording, because this when the boy, he was either trying to get me, my cousin was like, he was trying to get you to go in the bathroom or take off your clothes and get in the jacuzzi. Like, she was like, so I would start getting into it with him, because I'm like, what the fuck? Like, nigga, you're weird. She was like, and I was just like getting into it with him. And she was like that the girl Maya, my cousin didn't tell me this part, the other girl that came with my other person, she was telling me like, yeah, because I was asking everybody, because literally I blacked out, I don't remember shit. She was telling me that the girl Maya was recording and was like, yeah, take your clothes off, going to the bathroom, like being weird like that. And they was like, that you was so fucked. That's how we knew it wasn't you, because you was literally like, let's just get in a jacuzzi, like stop playing, let's get in a jacuzzi. And they was like, you was fucked up. She was like, so Toxic started crying. She like, Toxic just started crying and was like, go get, what's it called, like the boy I call my cousin. So he came back in the room and he like, what's going on? But she was like, by this time, she was like, my cousin was like, I was getting into it with the boy, because I'm getting into it with like his friends, but not the boy, but like his friends and stuff. She getting into it with him. She was like that the girl Maya was recording me, and I was literally on the floor throwing up, like on the floor throwing up. They was like, I was just laying on the floor throwing up, like laying there just like on the floor, like blah, just throwing up on the floor. So she like when Toxic was crying, she went outside to go get the boy that's like my cousin. He came back in the room and she was like that. And that's when now he telling me, he's like, y'all came back around, see you on the floor. And he was like, I was mad. That shit made me so mad. He was like, so I told the nigga like, come on, I want to fight you. He's like, mind you, I'm holding your purse like this. He was like telling the nigga like, I'm finna beat your ass. Y'all move out the way, I'm finna beat her ass. Get Symone off the floor. He's like, I was mad, like, get her off the floor, clean her up, get her off the floor. And he was all like that. My fucking cousin was like, okay, here, clean her up, get inside the jacuzzi. He was like, so they put me in a jacuzzi with my damn clothes on. Y'all, they put me in I'm in a jacuzzi with my clothes on, and I'm just sitting there crying. He said you was in a jacuzzi like this, just throwing up the water like this. Not crying, he said I was sitting in the jacuzzi laughing, just throwing up the water like this and laughing. It was like, y'all get in. He was like, so it was just like, he was like, I swear the shit was crazy. He was like, because it's me getting into it with him. He was like, and I didn't trust nobody. He was like, even though you were saying this your cousin and this person, this person, he was like, I never met them. Only person that he met was Toxic and he didn't like her. He was like, so I was not putting your purse down. He's like, because I knew what you had because you posted it. He's like, and I didn't trust none of them to give them your shit. He's like, because honestly, because when they was telling me stories, they made everybody seem like they was helping me, but he was telling me like, nah, it was not like that. He was like, Toxic would try to like help you and pull you, like, Symone, stop. He was like, it really was like me and Toxic babysitting you. And he didn't even like Toxic, but he's like, yeah, yo, peoples that you call your peoples, he's like, they was not, nah. He's like, she let her homegirl record you. They trying to influence you to do stupid shit. And he was like, and I knew it was something up with you. He was like, so I was telling him like, what the fuck you put in her drink? Like, what did you give her? So Toxic was crying. He was like, Toxic was crying and screaming like, I'm sorry, and all this other shit. So I'm like, what the fuck did you give her? Like, what did you give her? So he's like, I'm holding your purse. So he's like, I ended up giving it to my homeboy, because my other homeboy, he's like, his other homeboy, he was just like, man, fuck that shit, and just started like taking off on one of the boys. So they fighting in there. They fighting in there now, like low-key fighting. So he like, it's like, he likes a lot going on, like my homeboy fighting. He's like, so I ended up giving my other friends shit. He's like, we fighting. They over here, he's like, the other girl trying to record you. You in the jacuzzi just throwing the water up laughing. Like, it's just funny. He was like, but I knew you was like out of your mind. So I knew like, okay. He's like, it was just a lot going on. He was like, so it's so much noise going on. Next thing you know, like, it was a knock at the door. He's like, so we all just chill. Like, we was loud and shit. He's like, but we chill. And he was like, then I went to the room door, like, and I was just like, yeah. And the guy was like, yeah, y'all got a noise complaint. Like, if y'all get 2 more or something like that, y'all out or something like that. He was like, so we was sitting there and I'm telling them like they gotta go. He was like, so the boy was going to the jacuzzi and he was like, do you want me to go? Do you want, like, ask me, do I want him to go? And he was like, that you just kept saying like, get in the jacuzzi, like, get in the jacuzzi and stuff like that. So the boy's like, she don't want me to go, like this, that, and the third. He was like, then out of the blue, he was like, next thing you know, Toxic went to the door and opened the door. He was like, and I was tripping because I'm like, who the fuck you letting in now? He was like, so out of the blue, he was like, well, all of this is going on. Toxic went to the door and opened the door. He was like, and guess who bust through the door? Your sister bust through the door and was like, oh, y'all get the fuck out of here. Oh, y'all get the fuck out of here. And she was like, she came with a boy. And he was like, get the fuck. He's like, they was cussing like, get the fuck out the room. Y'all all gotta get the fuck out of here. And she like, she was cussing everybody out, picking people shit up, throwing it out. She was like, she even cussed out your cousin and them, because she was like, no, y'all bitches, right now I'm just coming to get my sister, but y'all bitches got me fucked up, and when I see y'all like da-da-da, like, he was like, she was getting into it with them. And that's when he was telling me, and my sister told me like, yeah, I don't like them, because I was like, okay, so now I'm kind of believing what you were saying about my peoples, because why else would my sister be saying the same shit? He was like, yeah, your sister busted the room. She was cussing everybody out. And she was like, she snatched your purse from me. I was like, what the fuck? Like, why you got her shit? And I'm telling him, like, he was like, I'm trying to tell her, like, nah, like, it ain't like that, Tati. Like, it's not like that. Like, I got her. Like, I got her. He's like, I'm trying to tell her, like, it's not like that. Like, I was making sure she was good. And she was like, Toxic was crying. He was like, her boyfriend, well, the nigga she came with, because it was just them two, he was like, they kicked everybody out. He was like, the boy was like, could we just stay in the room? Because she was like, no, y'all get the fuck out of my sister. I'm about to get my sister. We leaving. He was like, the boy went to the jacuzzi, picked you up, and put you over his shoulder and took you, like, was like, let's go, like, this all her shit, get all her shit up out of here. She like Toxic was crying, and then he was like, yeah, and they kicked us all out the room and they took y'all in the car and left. And y'all, why? Because my sister told me this when we was walking to the fucking car, because mind you, the boy who she came with, he picked me up and put me over his shoulder. I'm wet because I was in the jacuzzi with my clothes on. Why they tell me I threw up on his back? I felt so bad. So I ended up we ended up like going home or whatever. Of course, they took me home. And y'all, I don't know what it was. I passed out. I don't even remember going home. They said he carried me in the house and laid me down. I don't remember none of this shit. I don't remember leaving. I don't remember nothing. All I remember, it was like 3 in the morning. It was probably like, excuse me, because everything happened so fast. Like I said, my sister got us to the room at probably like, because the sun was still up and the sun go down early in November. So it was probably like 4 or 5 o'clock and the sun just went down. So everything happened so fast. People probably started coming at like 8. Then people probably came at like 9. Everything happened so fast. So we was probably out of the room at like 11, 12. So that's probably when I got back home. So it was probably like 3, 4 in the morning. I just remember I woke up and it was like, you know, when in a scary movie where somebody be like in a coma for long and they just wake up and they be like boom, like that. I literally woke up like and was staring, and then I started panicking. I was looking around. I'm like, where the fuck? And I started screaming, where am I? Where am I? Where am I? And I was panicking because I'm like, where is my purse? I don't know why that was the first thing that came to mind. I was feeling so fucked up, but the first thing that came to mind is like, where the fuck am I and where is my purse? I don't know why it didn't look familiar. Probably because they didn't put me in my room. They put me in the den on the couch. So I'm screaming. I'm like, where am I? So Toxic woke up. She's like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And then she came over there to me, and I'm looking at her, and my heart was beating fast. I'm like, where's my purse? Where's my purse? And she's like, it's right here, it's right here. And I'm like, cut the light on, and I dumped the purse out and I started counting my money, y'all. That's the first thing I did. I started counting my money. I'm like, and I'm trying to think, I'm like, how much was the room? You know, I realized I was short. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what, how did we get here? What's going on? What happened? What day it is? What time it is? I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't know shit. I'm like, what's going on? So Toxic started telling me everything. She's telling me everything. She was like, yeah, this. So I'm like, wait, what happened to the boy? Like the boy that I said was my, like I say, like it's a cousin of me. So I'm like, what happened to him? Like, I'm like, did my sister at least let him stay in the room? And she's like, no, she kicked everybody out. Like, she didn't let nobody stay because they was like, they ain't got no ride. And y'all, they went in Inglewood. This ain't they side of town. She's like, she didn't give a fuck. She told everybody, I don't give a fuck how y'all got here, how y'all getting home. That's on y'all. Y'all let my sister get like this. Y'all can't stand here. I don't give a fuck. Like, y'all all gotta leave. So I was like, dang, like, oh my god, I wish you would have let him. So I ended up hitting him up like, you good? And he was like, yeah, I'm home, like, you good? So I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go back to sleep. I feel fucked up. He was like, I'm gonna talk to you in the morning. And then that's like when he told me everything. But y'all, and that's when he told me too, and everybody's story made sense about everybody told me the same shit about the piece of man and the $200. Because I was like, I'm 200 show. Because I was thinking like, somebody told 200. Like, I understand, like, you know, no, I don't understand. But I'm just saying, like, dang, you could have took more, but you took 2. But I guess they thought I wouldn't have missed it. But that's what I was thinking. But everybody know you literally gave that piece of man $200 tip. And I'm like, oh. He was like, he kept saying, you sure? You're sure, ma'am? Are you sure? And I was like, take it. Just take the money. But y'all, I was just like, what the fuck? So when they was telling me, and Toxic was crying, and she was telling me, she was like, yeah, I told them niggas they had to leave. Because first I'm hearing Toxic's story, of course. Because like when I hit him up, asked him, he was like, yeah, I'm going to talk to you in the morning, get your rest or whatever. Toxic's story was literally the first story that I'm hearing. So when she's telling me, she's basically, when she told me, she's telling me like, she was telling him and his friend to leave. She's like, I'm never going to fuck with him ever again. She was like, I'm so sorry, Symone. I didn't know. He told me last minute that they put, I forgot what she said that they put in my drink. Some shit, I forgot. She's like, he said that he put something in your drink because he wants you to have fun, all this other shit. So I'm asking her like, what the fuck? So I'm like, that's so crazy. Like, I'm just sad. And I was just crying because I'm like, what was I doing? She was like, you was trying to get naked and go in the jacuzzi. And she's crying. She was like, but I was taking care of you. Like, I didn't let nothing happen to you. And I was just crying because I was just like, what the fuck? Me really trying to do something to make somebody else jealous that I didn't even need to be with. I could have got in a crazy ass situation. Like, just imagine, like, I was really thinking like, damn, just imagine if everybody else didn't come. You know, people be flaky. Just imagine if everybody else didn't come, or if them boys came first before anybody came and it was just me, them, and Toxic in the room, and I'm getting drunk with them. Just fucking imagine. So I was crying. Like, I felt so fucked up. I had a hangover for like 2 days. I don't know what the fuck they gave me, but that shit fucked me up for like 2 days. I really was sick as fuck. I couldn't do nothing. I called my mom. She immediately came out here and was like taking care of me. And I was just sad. But she was so mad because she's asking Toxic questions. But I'm like telling her, I'm like, don't tell my mom everything. Like, don't tell her, because I was like, she's going to try to make me, even though I'm 18 now, but I'm like, she's going to try to make me go move back home. she gonna try to make me move back home. And I'm like, I don't want to. Like, you know, I'm trying to go to college and do stuff. I don't want to go back home. Like, it wasn't like bad to go back home, but I, you know, I just didn't want to. So I was just like, don't tell her. Like, don't tell her everything. Just tell her we was drinking. But she knew it was something up. Like, she knew it was something up. And she was just like, I was just like, oh my God, I couldn't tell her. Because I was just like, no. Like, even to this day, I never told my mom what happened. And I told her not to watch my videos, so she ain't gonna never see this no way. Unless somebody see it and tell her about it. But, yeah, so I tell her don't watch my videos. She literally just like and go about her day. But, yeah, I never told her. And, but my sister was saying little shit, like, what was going on. Like, she was like, I don't think they was just drinking. So my mom was really questioning it because, you know, and she was just really, like, sad because she like, what could have happened? But when what's God telling me, and that's when Toxic was telling me how old girl was recording me. She was recording me, and that's when I was hitting up my cousin because I'm like, bitch, you're weird. You was letting your friend record me. So she was just like, oh, you was getting drunk as fuck. Mind y'all, the girl's not really my cousin. She like, you was getting drunk as fuck, and that's on you getting drunk as fuck around it. Like, she really got at me crazy as fuck. The way she got at me, it was like crazy to where I was like, oh, I want to fight. And that's when I used to be like, oh, I want to fight type stuff. So I'm like, oh, I want to fight. Like, I want to fight you in your hunger. I was hitting up the girl. I'm hitting Maya up. I'm like, you a weird ass bitch. Like, da-da-da-da. And she like, girl, I was recording you to show you yourself. Because I just hit her up cussing her out. Like, I hear, I'm like, why would you record me? She like, girl, we was all drunk. I was recording you so I could show you yourself. And I was like, something. So then she like, I could send you the video. And I didn't want to watch it, and Toxic was watching it, but you could hear her in the background really telling me, like, take your clothes off or do this or, like, get in the jacuzzi and stuff like that. So I'm like, how are you wanting to show me myself how I was acting because you think I was just drunk, but you're literally trying to tell me to do stuff, and it's like, I literally was drunk. I can't say the word because YouTube is going to be like, bitch, you talking about being, yeah, but I can't, I'm like, of course she didn't know that, but it's still the fact that it's like, you see somebody not in their right state of mind. Mind y'all, was that my first time meeting this girl? I think that was my first time meeting this bitch. Wow, that really was my first time ever being around her. Like, I seen like them post pictures together, but I'd never been around this girl before. That was my first time ever being around her. And it's the shit you be on, bitch. But I was just like, it was just crazy. Like, it was a lot that came after that, and I was just like so embarrassed, y'all. I was so embarrassed because I was just thinking, you know, everybody posts stuff on Facebook. I'm thinking like, what if she posts this video on Facebook, or what if she posts and she's like, I didn't post the video and all this other stuff. But it's crazy because she didn't even get at me crazy. It's literally the person that's supposed to be related to me. You getting at me crazy. You're literally getting at me crazy. Like, oh, you should never be drunk like this. If you don't know how to take care of hold your liquor, and you must have really want to do this because when people are drunk, they do what they really want to do. Saying weird shit like that. And it's like, girl, I wouldn't have never did no shit like that. Like, ever at all. And it's just crazy because Toxic swore up and down she was never going to talk to that boy again. They was weird, all this other stuff. Because mind y'all, it came out because that's when eventually I started asking questions, because the boy, he told me, like, she literally was, he's like, Toxic, he's like, even though he's like, I do salute Toxic because she was taking care of you, she called your sister, because she the one who called my sister. He's like, she'll take care of you, she called your sister and all this other stuff. He's like, but she literally was right there when them niggas put whatever they put in your drink. She literally knew. He was like, and she did not tell you shit. He was like, so, he's like, and she literally didn't drink it. He said, none of them drunk whatever the fuck they gave you but you. He was like, so it's still a situation where it's like, it's weird. Like it's like, yes, she was being a good friend, she took care of you. He's like, because it was literally just me and her literally taking care of you like that, like nobody else. He was like, of course I'm not expecting my friends to, you know. He's like, but yo, other people, yeah, I'm expecting them to. He's like, but she took care of you. He's like, but at the same time, she still knew too. So it's like, can I even like salute you for helping her out and saving her, like calling her sister? He was like, or I don't know, because you knew and none of y'all else took the shit. And even when she first told me, she switched it up so much. When she first said what he put in the drink, because she was like, she didn't know. First she said she didn't know, because I started asking her more questions. I'm like, Toxic, so you was right there? And she's like, I was drunk, I didn't know, I thought they was putting like Jolly Ranchers or some shit, like she said. So I'm like, but just in my drink, like, you know, I was asking her questions, but like not trying to argue with her, but like just trying to see, just understand. And she like, I thought it was Jolly Ranchers. Then one minute she said it was something else. Then she changed and said they said it was this. Then she said it was like, she just kept changing up what they said was in the drink. Like it was M at first. Oh wait, can I say that? Because that's a person's name, the M one. And then she said it was something else. It was just so much different shit she kept saying. Like, she switched it up. But I think she did end up standing on it and said it was the M one. Like, y'all know. I don't know if I could say it because YouTube be tripping. But, yeah, the M-O. Yeah. So, I was like, I was really mad because I was just like, yeah, because at one point she said it was a bar. If you know what a bar is. The white bar with the lines. Z. Well, it don't start with a Z, but it sounds like a Z. It started with an X and then an A. But, yeah, she was saying it was that. But I'm like, I don't know, it was just so much. Then she was saying it was something else with that. Then it was a liquid something. It was just so much shit that she kept saying that they told her it was. And that shit just really pissed me off because I was just like, damn, that's crazy. Like, what the fuck? And then just for us to fall out, literally, like, not months later, like months later. Was that months later? Let me think. Going into the next year, we was cool. Yep. And we fell out like by summer of that next year. We fell out. And it was like just for us to fall out, like, and shit started getting weird after that. Like, literally after that day, it's like shit got so weird. And it's crazy because she swore now she would never talk to that boy again, but literally was talking to him for the longest, like, and I'm just like, that's crazy. You know, it's crazy. And it's more story time because it was some weird shit she had did. Because I was like, oh, I never want to see him again, like that boy. And I'm like, oh, if da-da-da-da, I'm going to tell my people, like da-da-da-da. Like, you know, with situations like that. But it's just crazy because that's a whole nother story. But yeah, that's it for this story time, you guys. Yeah, it's like more details I could have got into it, but it's like, you know, but I feel like I really touched a lot. But like, yeah, that's it. Basically what I want to say is don't take no drinks from nobody. Drink your own. You got your own bottle, drink your own shit. Don't take none from nobody. Don't trust nobody. Do your own thing. Do not be stupid. Do not be trying so hard to make somebody jealous. That shit would backfire on you. Just go with your first mind. Have your small circle. Oh, that was a small circle. Shit, never mind. But yeah, just do, I don't know. Go with your first mind all the time and don't take nothing from nobody. I don't care if it's free, if you think it's fun because it's free, and no, don't take shit from nobody. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all in my next video. I love you guys so much.